Hello and welcome to Wheaton College Sports here on WETN Radio FM 88.1. For this afternoon's game, I'm your host, Brian Rowe. The Wheaton Thunder women's soccer team will be playing at home at Joe Bean Stadium against Wartburg Knights. It's a very windy afternoon in these Chicago suburbs, so unpredictable high balls towards the goal may prove a little difficult to defend against. A little on Wartburg. So far they are 1-0, having defeated St. Benedict on September the 4th. Though they only scored one goal, the statistics do indicate a strong team with 14 shots, 9 of which were on goal. Number 6, Katie Wendt, the one to watch out for with the only goal for the Knights that game. The Thunder are coming out with 2 wins so far, looking now to net, pun intended, a third against Wartburg. And I'll send it to the field now. Your announcers for this game are Rusty Lindsay and Noah Pickens. Rusty, Noah, it's all yours.
Thanks, Brian. Welcome to Joe Bean Stadium on what can be described conservatively as a windy afternoon, but it is a very, very gusty afternoon. The wind will be a major factor in this one, blowing left to right across the turf here at Joe Bean Stadium. Alongside Noah Pickens, I'm Rusty Lindsay, bringing you all the action from this women's soccer game. The Wheaton College Thunder have moved up in the rankings after a 2-0 weekend. They defeated Whitworth 2-1 on Thursday afternoon, and on Saturday afternoon won a hard-fought 1-0 victory over the University of Dubuque. They're going to have their hands full this afternoon against a very experienced Wartburg College team that comes off a season where they went 14-3-2 and are 1-0 on this young campaign. So, Noah, we've had a chance to keep an eye, and actually we will wait for that. Right now we're going to send it down to the field for the playing of this afternoon's national anthem.
His fourth season is Mr. Chris Rice. The officials for today's game are Anthony Vasoli, Cesar Ibarra, and Eulogio Villalpando. And now please rise and gentlemen, remove your hats as we honor America and our servicemen and women at home and abroad by playing our national anthem.
So welcome to Joe Bean Stadium. If you're just joining us, we have women's college soccer action. Wheaton hosting Wartburg College out of the Iowa Athletic Conference. So, Noah, a very windy afternoon. What's going to be the key to really making those passes connect this afternoon?
Yeah, you are very right. This is indeed a windy afternoon. I thought this press box was going to blow over a few minutes ago, but, it does add an interesting dynamic to the game. I mean, if you've got winds this strong, it means those high balls are going to be very unpredictable. The long balls, the kicks, the goal kicks for sure are going to be you're going to have to be very attentive to where they're going to land to win those 50-50s. So it's going to be interesting to see with those 50-50 balls because it's going to be very unpredictable out there. And it's just going to be a heightened sense of attention to where the ball is going to be at all times. And so we'll see how it's going. I mean, the wind's blowing west to east. And, so both teams, if it keeps blowing consistently, both teams will be playing into the wind at least one half. So we'll see how it goes.
So we'll take a look at this Wartburg College team as we run through the starting lineups. Noah, go ahead and run through those for us.
Sure, why not? I mean, we got the starting players for the Wartburg College Knights. Got number 1, Monica Noti. Number 3, Holly Husser. Number 5, Anna Aquino. Number 6, Katie Wendt. Number 7, Kelly Anderson. Number 8, Lindsay Boyk. Number 11, Mario O'Loughlin. Number 12, Kaylee Benning. Number 16, Mackenzie Moore. Number 21, Jess McCauley. And number 24, Chelsea Fry.
And for the Thunder, wearing their home whites with the blue shorts in between the pipes, it'll be Hillary Barreto. Across the front, it'll be Allie Kopelman, Laura Karsten, and Megan Simons. In the middle, Jamie Orweiler, Carrie Shannon, Caitlin Kishkunis. And in the back, the freshman tandem of Megan Campbell, Amanda Brait, and the sophomore, Bucky Liebador. It'll be the Thunder ball to start this one. They will move left to right, so they will have the wind at their back to open this one. Carson will touch it in and will drop it back to Campbell here along the near side. Just underway here at Joe Bean Stadium. Wartburg wearing the road orange uniforms with the black numbers, black shorts, orange socks. As now Brait goes outside to Liebador, working ground up to Carrie Shannon at the midline. Shannon moves towards the middle of the field, plays Kishkunis, looking for Simons, touched away by the Knights, but back to Amanda Brait. Ball settles to Shannon, working towards the far sideline, drops it back to Liebador, who looks to send the long ball up the sideline, but instead knocks it off the back of Shannon for a Knight throw-in. Throw-in will come to Katie Wendt for the Knights, and it's taken away by Shannon. Played quickly by Simons up ahead, and that ball will drift all the way back to the keeper, Monica Noti, for the Knights. Noti has a clean sheet on her record already this season, as she made one save in their season-opening victory, a 1-0 winner over St. Benedict. As right now, this is Brittany Berg working up near sideline, plays into the box, has Carson on the backside. Carson working for possession, left foot. That's an early goal for the Thunder. Barely over a minute in, and a beautiful ball from Berg to Carson, and the Thunder are on top already.
That's right. I mean, if you look at this other team, they're coming in with a really good slate, but you really can't tell what sort of team we played. This is indeed the very first time that Wheaton has faced the Knights of Wartburg College, and already we're seeing a first goal in not even the first minute of this game. It's barely over the first minute in this game. So, who knows? Let's just see how the rest of this game goes.
A minute and 8 seconds in, it's Karsten from Berg, as now Kopelman takes the ball away from Anna Aquino on the near sideline. Touched out. That'll be a Thunder throw-in in front of the Thunder bench. That is Karsten's first goal of the season, and I believe that is the first assist for Brittany Berg, and it is. Fourth goal on the season for the Thunder, is now Berg's going to play it now along the near sideline. Can't get there in time. Cleared out of the back by Jessie McCauley. Played in by Kopelman, looking for Karsten. Headed out by number 7, Kelly Anderson. Played ahead now, looking outside to Anna Aquino. And no, you really look back at that goal, there's a whole lot of room in the middle of the box there. You don't normally see that, as that ball cleared all the way through the box to the far post, and that's where Karsten was wide open.
You're right. I mean, it's kind of hard to tell exactly what went wrong there, what went right, but it could just be, it was a matter of catching that defense completely by surprise and opening up that middle section open wide for that goal there. And
you mentioned the fact that these are two teams that are very unfamiliar with themselves. However, there is a level of familiarity as far as the coaching staff for the Knights, as the head coach, Sarah Johnson, in her first season at the helm, a Wheaton grad, has played for Coach Felsky, so knows the Wheaton system well, knows Coach Felsky well, and makes her first return to Joe Bean Stadium since her playing career.
That's right. How long ago was that?
I'm not sure.
You're right, indeed. I mean, we've been saying their name wrong for the longest time, but this is indeed the first one, so this will be a record game for the history books.
All conference honors in 03 and 04, as well as the CCIW Player of the Year in 2003. So a very established player. This is a right-footed strike from Kishkunis, and save made by Monica Noti. As a high kick held up by the wind, and we're going to see a whole lot of that coming off the foot of the keepers in the goal to our right, regardless of who it is. This ball settles on the feet of Lindsay Boyk, taken away by the Thunder for the time being. Played ahead now by McCauley. That will stay in momentarily, headed on by Kaylee Benning, but it was out of bounds. That'll be a Thunder throwing right in front of us at the midline.
You're right, talk about the wind. I mean, that ball went straight up in the air and didn't gain much distance. It just shot straight back down.
As playing along the near sideline is Campbell. Touch made by the Knights, going to settle at the feet of Orweiler. Has Carson's ahead, plays over the top of the defense, and the wind will push that ball too far and across the end line for a goal kick. just underway at Joe Bean Stadium. Not as we are just 4 minutes into the game. 1-0 the score in favor of the Thunder. As the goal kick comes low, headed by Orweiler. Now the ball at her feet, still at her feet. As she continues right-footed strike, looking for the far post, and Nodi will watch that one roll across the inline for another goal kick.
Right, an advantage of this could really give the team quite a boost of confidence and energy, but then again, maybe a little too much overconfidence right there. That shot was really far off from the goal.
This is Kolpman working along the inline, and she will watch that one roll out, shielded away by Mackenzie Moore, the junior out of Cedar Rapids. So unlike a lot of the teams we see, this is a very, very diverse lineup, similar to the Thunders, as they're not all local prospects. You've got a couple of international prospects, as you noted while we were talking before the game, from Columbia, as well as several from Minnesota, and then a vast majority, though, from Iowa. This is now Carson working down the far sideline. In the defense is Mary O'Loughlin. Fighting with her is Karsten, trying to get across, and O'Loughlin not giving her much room, and she will dispossess on the far side and touches out of bounds. That'll be a throw-in for the Thunder. Inside the box, extended to the far side. Shannon assesses her options, brings it into Karsten, right foots it into the middle of the box, looking for Kolpman. Kolpman can't quite get ahead on it. Knocked back towards the top of the box, and Orweiler settles. On the right foot, now left, trying to come back, create some space. Left foot in the box, looking for Megan Simons. Too far, and that'll be another goal kick.
Alrighty, the defense is letting up some of those open spaces right there, and I mean, if they're going to want to be successful in shutting out the Wheaton offense, they're going to have to do a much better job at tightening up those spaces. I think for the most part, they've been doing an okay job at like manning up, which is what I've been seeing, as opposed to like a more zone.
Plays outside to Carrie Shannon, loose in the box, right foot, and Nodi gets just enough of that one to knock it past the post, so that'll be a corner kick for the Thunder, and corner is going to be especially tough today, as this one, the wind will push this ball towards the net as it comes off the foot. We'll see if they opt for the short corner. It will be Kishkunis out to the flag, and joined by Jamie Orweiler.
You're right, I mean, with this sort of a setup, you're going to have to really overcompensate for the wind.
The Knights will send two out in defense. Short corner, touch back to Kishkunis. There's the ball bent in towards the box at the back post, and nobody there to get a head on it. That was a beautiful ball by Kishkunis. Almost bent it in herself, just needed a nudge from ahead, and Carrie Shannon couldn't quite get up high enough to do so. So another corner kick for Nodi, who's had a lot of action early in the first 6 minutes.
You're right. I mean, that little setup that they always set up right there, you know, the short little pass for the long kick has always worked for the Thunder.
Here's Kolpman continuing the pressure. Top of the box, right side, looking for Orweiler. Can't quite get a hold of the ball. Cleared out. Kishkunis can't control it. Now it's cleared out again by Jess McCauley. Settled by Berg along the near side. Touches past Ina Aquino, moving past the defense into the middle of the field, and will bring it back to Megan Campbell. Campbell will have room, plays back to Berg, now has space in front of her, turns, has Kolpman to her outside, right foot in the box, Karsten running on, gets a head on it, ball loose in the box, Karsten with the right foot, and that is cleared out by, can't quite see the number, look like number 3, Holly Husser, brought back to Karsten. Berg into the box this time, right foot by Orweiler, and it's wide left.
Right, and again, right there, the Thunder strikers are just, they are getting some good contact with the ball right there in the box. They're opening up this, they're charging, they're meeting the ball where it's being passed to, which has proved pretty nice for them. It's worked pretty well, and they've been getting some shots on goal already.
As the Thunder with 54 shot attempts in the 3 games previously, or excuse me, in the 2 games previously, as Wartburg put 18 shots on the scorebook in their 1 game so far.
We have the Wheaton crowd filling up the stands just a little bit. The home section is filling up quite nicely, although not too much of a showing today.
So 36.5 minutes left in the first half. Wartburg will have a free kick along the far sideline, headed backwards by Kishkunis, headed again by Campbell, and this will be a left foot ahead by Kishkunis. Simons over towards the far sideline, leaves it back for Carrie Shannon, touches back along the sideline to Liebedor. Liebedor looking for Simons along the sideline, can't get there. Kishkunis will send it ahead, but the wind pushes it over the defense into the keeper, Nodi. Wartburg yet to possess a threat. As a high goal kick going to be stood up at midfield, headed on by Shannon, headed back by the Knights, and it'll be taken there by McCauley. Knocked ahead by Husser. Looking for, that's Benning running onto the ball, but it is out of bounds. A throw in for the Thunder along the far sideline. Quick throw comes into Shannon. Shannon playing ahead, looking for Simons, and Wartburg's going to have to play that all the way back to the keeper. Carson running on for pressure. No, he's going to pop that up, and the wind's going to stand it up right about the attacking third. Header by Shannon. Headed on again by Simons. Orweiler running onto that one, but just getting a touch to it as Boyk. She'll clear it out. Coming back in, though, as Simons settles with the ball at her feet. Splits a pair of defenders. Has Kishkunis behind her, will play her. Coming on in the back support, trying to play Kopelman, headed back by Boyk. Orweiler pops it back into the box. Kopelman has the height advantage. Boyk misses on a header. Kopelman cleared off the ball, and it'll be cleared out for the time being by the Knights. Berg will take it. Left-footed in the box, and a hard header out of the box by Jess McCauley, who's been active clearing the ball, trying to save any further shots. Throw in for the Thunder, attacking third, going to be taken by Kopelman. And it will come short to Berg. Berg trying to go back along the end line, but is dispossessed there by Anna Keno. Down the near sideline now. Kaylee Benning running past Megan Campbell. Has no one in support. Now running onto that is Katie Wendt, but the pass is too far, and Amanda Brait's back to stop the attack. Plays outside Leibador. Pressure coming for the Knights. Outside to Carrie Shannon now with plenty of time, and she'll move the ball back towards the midline. That's the closest we've seen Wartburg come to an attack so far. There's Orweiler there, spinning past Husser. Orweiler into the attacking third, moving towards the top of the box, leaves for Simons. On the right foot to Kopelman, has room for a strike, right foot shot is blocked. Couldn't quite get it possessed in time by McCauley, who knocks it loose and now cleared out of bounds by Anna Aquino.
Right, and I mean, so far the Thunder has had the advantage when it comes to the wind, and it's worked out pretty well for them so far. I mean, the Wartburg Knights are going to have to control the height of their kicks, because I mean every time they shoot it way up into the air, it just seems to be suspended, and it hasn't worked very well for them, especially when they're trying to clear the ball defensively.
Great job by Kishkunis coming back as Brait had joined the attack, so she comes back to help the Thunder defensive line. Carrie Shannon will settle that loose ball, goes outside looking to get it to Leibador, knocks it into Kishkunis, now goes towards the middle of the field. In the circle is Orweiler, plays outside now to Megan Campbell. Campbell with time to possess, goes on the right foot on the ground to Allie Kopelman. Has Berg on her outside, Simons to the inside. Looking for room. Plays outside to Berg on an overrun. And back to Campbell. Right foot into the top of the box. Orweiler trying to move it on, headed by Simons, still loose in the box. And the Knights are going to clear it out for a throw-in on the near side. And really a lot of rush defending so far for the Wartburg Knights, just really trying to get the ball out and hope to survive, but looks like they're going to have to do that for the next half hour before they get the wind at their back.
You're definitely right. I don't even know how much it'll help. I mean, I think it really comes down, a little bit to, it might even be down to individual skill level, but I think with this sort of game setup, it could change.
Notice kick brought down by Orweiler, played ahead to Kopelman, and knocked out in defense by the Knights. Going to be controlled by Wendt. Spins past Kishkunis. Has Kopelman on her back. Plays it over across the midline to Kelly Anderson. Anderson guarded closely by Shannon. Depossessed. Will play it ahead now. This is Aquino. Aquino outside to Lindsey Boyk. Touched out by Boyk, and Berg calls for the ball for a quick throw. Now she will slow it up and wait for help. Comes to Kopelman. Back to Berg. Looking into the middle, Orweiler being pushed around, holding onto the ball, moves past the defense, plays on the ground, trying to send Carrie Shannon towards the flag, but the ball rolls out. That'll be a throw in deep. And a sub on already for Wartburg. Checking out number 25. This is Kathy Ryder, the freshman from Ely, Iowa. And she will replace Holly Husser. As the throw in deep, going to be headed by Shannon, stays in play. Ball loose now at the top of the box on the far side, and now cleared out, but will be possessed by Campbell. Plays it towards the middle of the field, has nobody there, and this is Anna Aquino for the Knights. But Kopelman getting a step to it quick. Kopelman turns past Aquino, trips for the time being, and Orweiler takes over the ball. Going to be double teamed now, and getting a foot on that. It's just into the game that it was Ryder. Now Aquino. Taken away by Berg, though, coming back to help the defense. Into the middle of the field, Kishkunis in the top of the circle. Kishkunis trying to make a move past the defender. Now the Wartburg defense tightening up a bit. Liebedor plays on the ground to Kopelman, and Kopelman is brought down hard. That'll be a foul just about 25 yards out on the near side. And they will bring up Amanda Brait to take the kick.
Again, I mean, the majority of the ball possession has been on this right side of the field. So, I mean, that's the way it's been for the past, you say, 15 minutes of this game, as we are half an hour into this first half with a score of 1-0 for the Thunder.
Brait's kick towards the far post has Karsten, and Karsten's header goes backwards, and now the Knights are on the counterattack. This is Lindsey Boyk, middle of the field, plays ahead to Chelsea Fry. Chelsea Fry with two on her back, looking down the far side, but Liebedor will take it away, and now Shannon with the right foot, trying to get it above the defense. Kopelman settles the loose ball. 3-on-5 for the Thunder. They're going to try to attack, and Kopelman's ball looking for Carson, a little too far. That's a goal kick for the Knights, and another sub coming on.
For the Knights,
We have number 9, Krista.
Kelsey Kovacevic.
Kelsey Kovacevic, the senior defender, on, and she will replace Mary O'Loughlin. So Sarah Johnson going to her bench twice now early on, as we're just over 15 minutes into this one. Kick by Nodi is loose. Kishkunis plays it ahead to Karsten, chests it to the ground, plays back to Kishkunis. Outside now Campbell, who will join it and move the ball into the attacking third. As Kishkunis back, will play her, plays around behind herself, and then now past Katie Went, looking for Karsten in the box. Shielded from making that run and collected harmlessly in the back by Nodi.
You just look at the way all these players, the Wheaton players, are able to create a lot of space around them, especially to where they're passing. You got Kishkunis in the middle, and the sidelines right here on the right, they've been using that a lot, and opening up the ways for some more successful passes.
Shannon plays that ball behind Carson. That ball rolling free. Now the question is if it's going to go out. It will go out for a goal kick. And another sub on for the Knights, now number 20, Lauren Bauer. Bauer replaces Kelly Anderson. So now we're a third of the way through the first half. We heard in the postgame, Coach Felsky wanted his team to get better at finishing shots. And so far we've seen that as they've buried that shot in the first minute and a half. However, since then, there haven't been a whole lot of solid shot attempts, so you have to want to get back to getting that ball into the box, give your team a chance to bury something.
You're definitely right. I think with a game like this, it gives the Thunder an incredible opportunity to work on those skills that their coach is desiring of them, and that is, indeed, finishing those shots.
Kishkunis and Orweiler into the corner. As Kishkunis sets up to take it, she has Orweiler for the short corner if they choose to use it. This will go deep into the box. Has Karsten and Kopelman headed on by the defense, popped up by Simons. Shannon trying to run onto that one with two Knights, plays it back to Brait. Brait outside Liebedor, left foot back into the box, nobody there. And Nodi collects for the Knights.
Because you look at the majority of the shots that I've seen so far in this game, they've either been far out from the box or that one close one that we had with the first goal. So I think they have plenty of room for improvement when it comes to actually finishing those shots, and getting closer to the goal, and getting some more effective shots in.
Shots so far, Wheaton with 7 shots, 3 of them on goal. Wartburg yet to put a shot in the scorebook. As this is now controlled on the near side by Bauer. Bauer looking towards the middle, taken away by Orweiler. Kopelman plays a 1-2 to Orweiler. Right foot looking for Karsten. Can't quite find her. Played out, and this will be out of play for a deep throw-in in the corner for the Thunder. So once again, we see the Knight defense resort to clearing the ball out to the side and resetting their defense. Throw-in comes to Karsten. Has Berg in support. trying to clear it, but right to the feet of Berg. Right foot towards the back post, has Simons, and Nody skies for that one and grabs it off the head of Megan Simons. Probably would have saved a goal there.
You're definitely right. I mean, Nody's going to be the lifesaver for the Knights in this game, unless the defense does not step their game, and the offense too. I mean, they've had one counterattack, and there's significant pushes into the Wheaton defense, but just not enough to make it to the goal, at least make it to the box.
As now they move this one into the attacking third. This is Aquino on a near side, guarded by Berg. Berg gets a step to that one, plays it into the middle for Brait. Left-footed clearance out of the attacking third, and Kolpman will head it towards the midline. Going to be stopped there by McCauley and plays over towards the right side of the field. Nobody there. Racing on is Carrie Shannon and touches ahead to Megan Simons. Simons now racing against Kelsey Kovacevic, and that is out off of Simons.
And another thing that I realized right here, another disadvantage that the Knights are going to be facing, or are facing this first half, is in turn they're facing the sun. Not only are they facing the wind, but they got the sun straight in their eyes as they go on, press on to the goal.
As now into the box, this is Katie Went. Katie Went right side of the box, playing outside, looking for Chelsea Fry, who has joined the attack. Fry moves past Shannon. Now into the box on the right side, plays to the middle of the box, and Orweiler gets a step there, as winding up for the kick was Mackenzie Moore. And now the Thunder working the ball back on the counter. Karsten plays past her defender, that's Lindsay Boyk. Spins past another defender. They can't get the ball off of Karsten. Plays to Kolpman. Kolpman now back to Karsten. Top of the box, left-footed hit is blocked. Ball comes loose to Kolpman, and she will drop it back to Megan Campbell. Campbell, right foot now to Brittany Berg. Overlapping run for Campbell, and Berg will feed her down the near sideline. Keeps the ball in play, looking to move past her defender, will stop the run, and is played out by the Knights into the Thunder bench. 24 minutes to go, 1-0 to score in favor of the host Thunder, as the throw-in comes from Campbell into Kolpman, headed out by the Knights, and the Thunder will try this again, as this will be a corner kick. Ball rolled just to the left of the flag in the near corner.
It's got to be Wheaton's third corner kick so far in this game, I believe.
You are correct. Fouls 2-1 against the Thunder. And down there is Kishkunis and Orweiler. They send 4 to the far side of the box. Corner comes in short. Miss hit and played out right now to the near side by the Knights. Kept in by Berg to Campbell, and a foul is going to be called on the near sideline. Excuse me, that was not Berg, that was Kishkunis. Foul called, so this will be a free kick for the Thunder, and we'll see who takes it. It's kind of on the line of where they'll let Brait take it or not. Kishkunis and Brait both on the ball right now in front of the Thunder bench, about 25 yards out. They play it quickly to Amanda Brait. Brait, right foot, joining the attack, top of the box. Leaves it for Campbell. Campbell collides there with Katie Went, and Went takes it away. Ball loose, but controlled now by Kishkunis. Kishkunis has Berg on the outside. Tries a through ball to Berg. Berg wasn't running that direction. Played out for the time being by Lindsay Boyk. Back to Berg, into the box. Has Karsten too far. Shannon sets up a right foot, and it's wide left.
Again, these opportunities are coming from a semi-disorganized defense. I mean, they're just not marking up as they should, and they're allowing these midfielders to be able to run in for the shots on goal. So, I mean, I think that's where it's all coming from.
This is a very young roster for the Wartburg Knights. As here's Kishkunis running towards the middle of the field, trying to get it ahead to Kolpman. Ball taken away by Lindsay Boyk and played out. Now Campbell punches it back into the box. Foul's going to be called against the Knights as Campbell got caught up there with Kaylee Benning. And this will be from straight on, about 30 yards out. And Brait has been accurate with balls from this spot. And even with the wind, maybe look to punch some at the crossbar. He will send out a two-person wall, sends Brait to the near side. Kishkunis, right foot, going to try it. And just a little too high. The wind pushed it. Not a bad idea there.
You're right, indeed. I mean, who knows? She almost looked a little surprised there that her shot that went that far up. and ahead. I mean, when you have a wind like this, it certainly does a lot for your kick.
The wind gusting probably around 25 to 30 miles an hour, as you mentioned, west to east, as that ball's going to get spun backwards after it hit the wind wall, and back to Nodi, who's going to try the kick again. 21 minutes to go here in the first half. 1-0 our score on the goal by Laura Carson in the first minute and 8 seconds. And a foul is going to be called there against the Knights, Kathy Reeder. And another free kick coming, as they will play it quick to Amanda Brait. Brait back to Kishkunis, who's got room to run now into the attacking third. Right foot hit towards the near post. And Nodi does a nice job getting to the post, knocking it down, and making the saves. A nice hit there from Kishkunis, about 35 yards out. And another goal kick stood up, brought down by Kishkunis. And getting a foot to that is Lindsay Boyk, sending it in to the Thunder defensive half of the field. And now making the hustle play is Kayla Benning. Benning leaves it to Aquino. Aquino crosses over past Berg on the left foot. Now top of the box near side, trying to lose Berg, who's on her like a shadow. And now Kishkunis will take it away from Katie Wendt. Wendt will win it back, though, against Kishkunis. Wendt looking for help. They've only got 4 right now in the box. Right-footed into the box. Trying to send it on there. That was... Not sure who that was. That was Fry. However, the Thunder defense doing a nice job keeping their line strong in the back, as now they've worked it back towards the midfield. Simons goes down, no call, and it'll be a Knight throwing on the far sideline. First real chance we've seen for the Knights to make something happen, and really it didn't look like they committed a whole lot to that attack.
No, you're right. They seem kind of edgy around there, just kind of passing it around, looking for that Owens shot. But then again, they weren't. You're right. They weren't committing, and in the end, they lost it right there. This team has been using their body a lot pretty well. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, in a couple of situations right there, they're getting some good application.
It's on the ball is Aquino, playing ahead to Fry. Plays back to Boyk. Boyk going to have to hurry to take away from Kolpman. Kolpman gets there, plays outside of the foot, looking to send Simons, and is cleared out in the back by Mackenzie Moore. Now this is Carrie Shannon, works across the midline, has Simons to her outside, plays the through ball, almost got to Orweiler. Back to Shannon, and now Kolpman. Kolpman working against Boyk. Now the near side, working down near the end line. Steps on that one, works past her defender, back around Shannon, left-footed hit, and is blocked out of bounds by number 21, Jessie McCauley, who's been busy for the Knights, and this is another Thunder corner kick. The 4th of the match already for the Thunder, against none for the Knights.
Got 20 minutes left in this first half, or 18 minutes left in this first half, with a score of 1-0. That first shot was made in barely the first minute of this game, and we've been at this score ever since.
Kishkunis sends it into the box, has options, and Shannon was a little under that one on the header, sent to the outside and now cleared out by the Knights, but Brait is there to keep it on the offensive half of the field outside Liebador. Now along the far side to Megan Simons, playing into the middle for Kolpman. Kolpman does a nice job dropping into the middle and now plays into the near side to Berg. Berg guarded there by Aquino. Plays Karsten, and now Liebador. Into the middle, Kishkunis with room. Trying to cross through a double team, can't do it. Drops back to Liebador. Right foot to the top of the box. Shannon with a flick-on header. Orweiler racing the keeper. Neither one of them is going to get there. And that is out for another goal kick. This has to be about the 10th goal kick already for Nodi. Been extremely busy.
Yeah, she's definitely getting good work for her game.
As that goal kick comes straight to Kolpman and missed touches, had Karsten on the run. She was onside and behind the back defender. But instead, the Knights will keep the ball. Right now, this is on the ball, Lauren Bauer. Bauer drops to Moore. Steps on the ball, goes back outside now to Katie Wendt. Katie Wendt up along the far side, looking for Kaylee Benning. I think the wind probably knocked that one out of bounds, and a substitution on, entering for the Thunder, Val Lilly, replacing Brittany Berg.
Right now I'm beginning to wonder how Coach Felsey is going to manage the subs with this game, depending on how the score. I mean, I feel like he'd want a few more goals in before he were to substitute a lot of his young players.
Simon's right-footed hit is deflected, and that will be out for another Thunder corner, now their 5th. There's now another substitution ready to check in, coming on Hillary Quinn. Hillary Quinn's going to take Megan Simons on. For the Knights will be number 14, Annie Fangman. Fangman will replace
Chelsea Fry.
Entering for the Knights, number 14, Annie Fangman.
Short corner taken by Kishkunis. Plays Orweiler back to Kishkunis. Oh, and headed off the goal line by the Knights. Another great ball bent in by Kishkunis. And sooner or later, the Thunder are going to chop back onto the board with that second one, as they're just getting opportunity after opportunity, especially coming off those short corners out of the far side.
You're right, Indina. I mean, it's one of the most desirable type of shots for a corner kick, to bend it in to the goal. And when you got the wind like this, you almost don't even have to do too much bending. I mean, that one was literally going in had it not been for the Knights' defense heading it out.
As this is Kovacevic moving along the far sideline, looking for a play in the middle. It comes across the mouth of the box, controlled by Aquino. Aquino left-footed hit, wide left, and the Knights have their first shot of the game half an hour in as we go under 15 minutes to play here in the first half. A substitution on now for the Knights. Coming on, number 23, Taylor Verme.
Entering for the Knights, number 23,
and she will replace Kayla Benning.
Verme.
I think these counterattacks right here, while they might be rare, they can be. I mean, she had a pretty decent shot on goal, although she wasn't able to position herself more effectively. But nonetheless, I mean, the Wheaton defense is going to have to watch those and not let anything fall through the cracks, because it would be very easy to do so in a game like this.
Amanda Braid's kick comes to Kopelman. Kopelman pushed off the ball, and the ball comes loose to Aquino again. Aquino moves it across the top of the box, cleared out for the time being by Campbell. Controlled moving forward by Lindsey Boyd. Coming back in the defense is Karsten. And played out across the inline was Lindsey Boyd. Looking to play Aquino. Aquino zigged while Boyd expected her to zag, and that will be a goal kick.
I don't think I've heard that before. Zigged before she zagged.
Just a misanticipation there. As this is played along the back line by Brait to Liebedor. Flag is up. As I'm not sure what happened there. As the refs continue to figure it out.
Must have been a rolling ball on the goal kick. I wasn't watching, but...
So they will call it back and do it again. Braid's going to play it long now. Plays along looking for Kopelman. Knocked off a couple of Knights as Hillary Quinn takes it. Plays along the near side for Val Lilly. And the ball with too much pace rolls out of bounds. Thunder have had chances playing that through ball to the near side as they've had Berg and now Lilly running that sideline.
You're right, indeed. I mean, if you look at their whole game plan, at least in the past, I would say half an hour or so, I mean, they've been playing it through the center, heading in those through balls that have been working pretty nicely, you know, feeding the passes to the middle of the box right there. And also, I mean, down the sideline right there with Berg and now Lilly making the sprints down and then the crosses over into the middle. It worked out pretty well for the Thunder in this first half.
Really having a lot of success going from the outside in, especially along this near sideline where they seem to have the speed advantage. Right now in the corner, throw-in goes too far for Kopelman, and that'll be another goal kick for Nodi, whose leg might be starting to get a little bit tired.
She might have to have her sweeper there replace her goal kicking. Just a usual trend for most goalies. I mean, it's exactly what Barreto does. As Brait send the goal kick down the field.
As this goal kick comes to the foot of Caitlin Kishkunis, getting there first is Kovacevic. Passes to Wendt, and now to the outside for Verme, just on for the Knights. Verme gives a push to Campbell as Campbell shields her away from that ball, and it'll be a Thunder throw-in quickly into Karsten. Orweiler will get the step to that ball and take it away from the Knights, looking to come back on. Quinn now pressured through a double team, and it's taken away by the Knights, and they might have an opportunity here. Coming back is Kishkunis. On the ball right now, Katie Wendt plays over into the middle, and now Campbell takes that off the foot of Annie Fangman. And the clearance comes now to Kopelman. Trying to get it to Karsten, getting the step is Mackenzie Moore. And now the Knights coming on to the attack again with Katie Wendt on the ball. Wendt moves past Liebedor. Sets up the left foot, looking to cross it. Now the ball comes loose, and Barreto pounces on it. Not sure there was a shot there, but ball just kind of dribbled loose there, as it looked like Barreto expected one of her defenders to get a foot to that one.
Yeah, you're right. It almost looked like as if Wendt was looking for the pass right there for a runner in, crashing the box, and she was. Except I think it was the Wheaton Thunder right there got a foot on it and making it almost kind of go in. I mean, like I said, it's those plays right there that kind of slip through the cracks that they're going to have to watch out for. Here we have a substitution come in. Kristen Clark coming in for, looks like, Hillary Quinn.
So Hillary Quinn gets about 7 minutes on the field as Clark comes in now. Throw in will come to Karsten. Karsten, top of the box, extended to the far side. Playing into the middle, looking to get it to Orweiler. Orweiler will shield her defender. Steps on it on the right foot and taken away by the Knights. Getting a touch on there is Shannon, and the shot by Liebedor sails over the crossbar. And another substitution coming on, this time for the Knights.
17, Rachel Torrey.
Rachel Torrey will come on, replacing Anna Aquino. So Torrey joins the top of the formation for the Knights.
Again, like we were talking about, I mean, Coach wanting his players to finish their shots and improve on that. And, I mean, right there, we just had another shot a little too high, but then again, this wind is blowing them up.
And a great through ball here for the Knights as they're looking to get it to Taylor Verme along the sideline. And getting there first is Brait, as that Verme's pass coming back in for, that was Fangman. Now Orweiler spins past the defender, but getting there first, McCauley clears it as Shannon gets there first for the Thunder along the far sideline. 9 minutes to play here in the first half. 1-0 Thunder, courtesy of the Laura Karstens goal in the first minute and 8 seconds. Ahead to Kopelman. Kopelman on the ball, touches ahead, trying to get it to Karsten, and Karsten couldn't throw on the brakes in time to get to that ball. As Wartburg just trying to put something together, but Brait comes out of the back to make that play. Steps over the ball, loses the defender. Beautiful move there by Brait. And now she's going to join the attack from Kopelman. Spins on that one, controls it on the right foot, has Orweiler ahead of her. Slows the ball for the time being. As she is defended there by Boyk. Moves past Boyk. Touched out of bounds off the foot of Boyk. It'll be a Thunder throw-in, and coming on for the Thunder, Shelby Anthony.
For the Thunder, number 3, Shelby Anthony.
As it looks like Val Lilly will be the one coming off the field.
Talk about a sweeper run. I mean, she basically went back from the 18 line all the way up into the Knights defense, playing a couple of the players, and then having a very nice one-on-one with Kopelman, making the run and controlling the ball. I mean, those little glorious sweeper runs are always very fun to watch with any team.
As that was Shannon getting the right foot to it. Looked like it was blocked out of bounds. Instead, they say it was pushed wide right. As now Anthony's on the ball, playing ahead to Kopelman, knocked out off the thigh of the Knights. And Liebedor will take the throw-in for the Thunder. 7.5 minutes to play here in the first half. Throw-in comes to Kopelman, moving back towards the middle of the field. Has Kishkunis. Kishkunis right foot for the far post, and Karsten was running onto the ball, but Nodi grabs it before Karsten can get there.
Again, coming into this game, she's pretty much a perfect record so far in the season, even though they only played one game, but even still, nonetheless, a very good record. And for the most part, I would say she's shown it pretty well. I mean, the Wheatons had plenty of shots on goal, and yet Nodi's been able to stop a lot of those. And so it's going to, second half, we'll see how that goes.
Shannon in the box, left-footed by Karsten and collected by Nodi, after Kovacevic's clearance was blocked down by Shannon. 6:40 to play now as Nodi's punt comes bouncing at the top of the circle, and Anthony tries to send it on to Kopelman, and neither one can get there. Out for a Knight throw-in. 15 shots, 4 of them on goal for the Thunder. 2 shots, none of them.
17 now, actually, with 15 of those on goal.
So Kishkunis comes through the midline, playing ahead. Not sure if that was supposed to be a send or a shot. Nody collects it on the far side of the box. As Kishkunis was checked a little bit right as she hit that ball. Might have had something to do with why the ball went awry over there. As the goal kick going to be controlled by Kopelman at the midline. Playing to the outside to Liebedor. Liebedor right foot's ahead, looking to get it to Orweiler. Played back by the defense, and now Orweiler comes to it. Outside of the foot to Kopelman. Back to Kishkunis. Can't quite get there in time. Liebedor trying to throw on the brakes and can't quite get there in time, but it was off the night, so a Thunder throw-in. 5.5 to go. Liebedor to take it. Plays it into Kopelman. Kopelman trying to lose her defender. Back outside to Liebedor, looking for Kishkunis, and it is instead taken away by Katie Wendt. Katie Wendt trying to fend off Orweiler. And then Liebedor creating a double team and knocked ahead by Lindsey Boyk over Anthony. Now this is Rachel Torrey. And Anthony gets a foot to it, and Brait will knock it ahead to Kishkunis. Thunder defenders have done a great job when they've been bothered in the back. The few times that Wartburg has moved the ball forward, it's been a strong back line for the Thunder.
Right, yeah, I feel like it's been, 3 counterattacks. And of those, I mean, they got close, but nothing incredibly serious. We have substitution number 23, Ann Turner, coming in for Caitlin Kishkunis.
Also on Danny DeLeon for the Thunder. Emily Layton on for the Knights. So here's Karsten's now. Karsten, ball loose, right-footed shot blocked. And that'll be out for a throw-in with 4.5 minutes to go.
Score is 1-0 with Thunder in the lead. That first goal, if you missed it, was scored in the very first 2 minutes of this first half.
It's coming off the field with that substitution for the Thunder was Kishkunis, as well as, see who else is missing here.
I believe it was only just that one substitution.
Well, 2 came on for the Thunder as the ball's loose at the top of the box. The Kopelman was the other one who came off, and we've got a foul right at the top of the box. We'll see where they place the ball, but Karsten went down just outside the box. They will mark it about 2 yards, maybe 1.5 yards off the box, so we'll see where the Thunder go. 5-person wall for the Knights. Has 4 around the ball right now for the Thunder. They'll send Turner, Clark, Anthony, DeLeon to the near side, and Karsten to the far side on the ball. Runs through. This is a right foot for Orweiler and is blocked. And Turner trying to get their ball still loose in the box. Karsten trying to settle. It's a scrum. Right foot by Liebedor knocked down and cleared out finally by Lindsey Boyk. However, Amanda Brait still there to keep the ball on the offensive for the Thunder. Now this is Carrie Shannon looking for help, but triple team there. Now Karsten left foot into the box. Had Orweiler. Turner trying to get there. Can't quite get there in time. Kristen Clark gets ahead to it to keep it in the offensive third. Over the head of Orweiler, now into the back for Monica Nody. So a fast action attack there by the Thunder will yield no results.
You're right. I mean that looked like kind of a play that they worked on and figured out, and it worked pretty nicely to avoid the wall right there. And I feel like that one defense was almost not looking for that, and that really helped them out in getting rid of that ball in the box. But you're right, a very dangerous place to have a field kick.
Yeah, they ran Liebedor outside, brought Orweiler back to the inside, touched it between the legs of, I believe that was Kishkunis, and Orweiler with the right foot couldn't quite get it past that last defender. Clark looking ahead to Karsten. Too far, is now running on in the defense. Emily Layton, the freshman from Ankeny High School in Ankeny, Iowa.
2 minutes left in this first half. The score of 1-0.
Wartburg trying to come up with something before the half to tie this one up and get a little bit momentum into the second half. Now played ahead, Turner outside to Shannon. Coming back in defense, Lauren Bauer up ahead to Karsten and now Turner. Turner's got some room at the attacking third. Plays across to De Leon, back to Clark, right foot chip shot, and that is just over the crossbar. Not a bad shot there by Kristen Clark.
You're right, indeed. I think that's exactly what the Coach Felsky is looking for in his players, is can he tell the difference between a shot and a pass? I mean, we've had a couple of those situations where we just sort of looked at it and thought, well, we weren't sure whether that was a pass or a shot. And so wouldn't it be nice to see a great distinction between a clear shot and a clear pass? And that was a clear shot right there.
You'd like to see that ball driven a little harder off the foot of Clark. However, with the wind, everything's an adventure. As here's Clark, gets it to Karsten, trying to 1-2 back to Clark into the box. Karsten missed that ball, running out there Emily Layton, and she will play it to the outside to Lauren Bauer. Bauer's got a lot of room along the far sideline, plays it on the ground, and the ball taken away by Megan Campbell. Ball taken back by the Knights, now up ahead to Annie Fangman. Fangman at the midline has Bauer on the outside, drops back, and that pass will be intercepted by Ann Turner. 30 seconds left in the half. Looking for Orweiler, mistouched by the Knights. De Leon now have a one-on-one with Lindsey Boyk outside on the near side. Has Shelby Anthony running behind her and tries to get it to Ann Turner. Turner has a collision, 16 seconds left. Right foot by Clark, headed out by the Knights, and they can, if the Thunder hurry, they can get a substitution, but the Knights are going to bring on a sub that will slow the clock.
4, 3, 2, 1.
And the Knights substitution will be just enough to run the rest of the clock. So a lot of action for the Thunder, but only one into the net, as it was the goal in the first minute and 8 seconds. That's the one goal of the game. What adjustments are the Thunder going to have to make, Noah, here in the second half?
Well, I'm just thinking that first goal, I feel like it wasn't as deliberate as it could have been. I mean, like we said, a lot of these plays that have been inside the box, I think the Thunder's going to have to work on making these very deliberate, very precise shots into the goal, which we've seen a couple of times. But then again, a game like this, you might be able to get a lot of substitution and giving some time for everybody, the younger players, giving everybody some time on the field. But I think a lot of it is going to be fine-tuning those skills that are going to be very helpful in the games to come, especially against Hope and Calvin.
So right now we'll send it back to the studio. We'll be back with more of a first half breakdown. Here of their opportunities. Alongside Noah Pickens, I'm Rusty Lindsay, bringing you the action here as we break down what we saw in the first half and look forward to the second half here, as we've got about a minute plus left during the halftime break. So Noah, take us through some of the halftime statistics.
Well, thank you, Rusty. Yes, we are here, and it is indeed windy. And so let's go through some of these statistics. I mean, you look at Wheaton and how many shots they've taken, and they've taken 21 shots in this first half. However, only 5 of those have gone on goal, and of course we have one of those that actually went in the goal as opposed to just on goal. And so we talk about the way the offense needs to clean up those loose ends and finishing those shots and, passing and kicking more deliberately instead of making sort of a haphazard type of play put together. Definitely the Thunder's going to have to improve on those in the second half, and so I'm sure. I really can't say what the coach told them in the break of this half, and so we'll just have to see how it goes in this second half to see if they're going to be working on the points above. And also looking at some of these other statistics, Wartburg had 2 shots and none of those were on goal, and so in corner kicks, Wheaton has had 5. While Wartburg has had none. Fouls, Wartburg's come on top with 4 and Wheaton with 3. And looking at the number of saves, Wartburg has definitely had a number of saves. And only the statistic we have is 4. But of course, we've seen Nodi coming up with a lot of, playing her best out there and saving her team from a lot of shots on goal from the Wheaton Thunder. So these are the statistics for this first half.
And really gauging off what we've heard from Coach Felsky in the post-game interviews. Probably not very happy with a lot of what he's seen. However, he's got to like the number of chances that his team's put on the board. He's not going to be happy with the lack of execution on those chances, and I think he's not going to be happy with the way these passes are connecting, as you do see a lot of sloppy play within the passing game, and now that's going to be amplified this half as they go into the wind, as the Thunder will be moving right to left. Wartburg will have the opening possession.
You're right. I mean, the first half they sort of had no excuse, but I mean, now that they're playing into the wind and into the sun, it might be a little more difficult for the Thunder. But then again, this shouldn't be a deterrent to them cleaning up their plays and playing a lot more tighter offense. And so, yeah, take it away, Rusty.
They're going to have to clean it up, especially coming up as you look at the second half of this match against a very good Wartburg team, but also coming into the weekend when you got number 12 ranked Calvin looming.
Yeah, you're definitely right. Hope and Calvin back-to-back. That is definitely going to be quite a challenge for this team, as it will be for the men, but definitely for the women's team as they look to clean up their plays, to clean up their game, and to play more to the standard that they're going to have to meet this weekend.
This is Katie Went for the Knights, playing it ahead to Kaylee Benning. Benning trying to make a move. Carrie Shannon is there in the defense and knocks it out. And here's Kolpeman. Kolpeman gives it to Orweiler. Orweiler looks to split a pair, tries to get it to Kolpeman. Kolpeman can't quite get there in time, deflected off the shin of the Knight. And here is Shannon now with it on the near side. Coming onto the fence, Chelsea Fry. Laura Carson, who's had a successful game, trying to split a double team, manages to get the ball through, and Orweiler will take it from there. Looks to get it to Kolpeman, She is double team taken down, no foul calls. It'll be out of bounds to the Thunder. And a throw in for Orweiler, a minute and a half into the second half. On the field for the Thunder, Amanda Brate, Megan Campbell, Caitlin Kishkunis, and Bucky Liebador across the back. As here's Kolpeman touches to Carrie Shannon. They are joined by Orweiler, Kristen Clark, Brittany Berg, Jamie Orweiler, and Laura Karsten. Ball loose at the bottom of the circle. Kishkunis will play it ahead to Shannon as they attack the back line for the Knights. Shannon looking for help, looking to play it back. Playing through her back is Chelsea Fry. That'll be out for a Thunder throw-in just past the Wartburg bench. Quick throw into Liebador. Running on the defense as Katie Went. It's ahead to Kolpeman. Kolpeman turning towards the middle of the field. Has room towards the top of the box. Tries to get it to Orweiler. And it's taken away by the Knights and controlled by Chelsea Fry. Fry trying to work it ahead, and Liebador is not going to let that ball through along the near sideline. Gets it to Orweiler, trying to play a 1-2 with Kolpeman. Ball still loose. Orweiler moving to her right, top of the box, trying to get Karsten in the box. As the Thunder just trying to maybe pass it a little bit too much rather than let the ball do the work into the box.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, I can't say for sure what exactly the coach of the Knights told her team during that half, but I'll bet you it was, a little bit more on the defensive side.
And we're going to have a penalty coming as Orweiler gets tripped up in the box. And a good chance for the Thunder to put goal number 2 on the board right here.
I mean, you look in the first half, we had one foul towards the end of the first half that resulted in a kick just a yard off the 18-yard box. And right now, well, it has landed directly as a penalty.
And Orweiler will take the kick. Teammates waiting to rush in following the boot. Monica Nodi between the pipes has yet to face a penalty this year. And she gets fingertips to it, but Orweiler got it too far to her right. And the goal number 2 is on the board for the Thunder as Nodi guessed right, but just a great PK there by Orweiler as she just couldn't make a play on it.
And you're right, and she looks frustrated with that one. I mean, it was a great lunge, but nonetheless, Orweiler placed it very strategically. It was very deliberate, very straightforward. I mean, if we look at the first penalty this year, in the first game, I believe it was Kishkunis that took it. She kind of just let it slide into the goal. Not too intentional with her kick, but looking at this one, Orweiler giving it a straight shot into the goal.
Yeah, that's a great analysis. As we saw, Kishkunis really didn't seem to be very confident with her PK, while Orweiler, very confident strike there, took a hard rip at it, and the Thunder lead 2-0 now with 41 minutes and change remaining here in this one. Carrie Shannon on the near side, plays it to Clark, back to Shannon, as she works towards the attacking third. Middle of the field, Orweiler has Carson ahead of her. Shannon running on two, but the Knights will clear it out. And Kishkunis plays it back to Campbell, back towards the midline, ahead to Berg. Berg with Campbell making an overlapping run to the outside, plays ahead Orweiler, back outside to Campbell as Campbell has to throw on the brakes to catch that ball. Kishkunis chips it ahead looking for Orweiler, gets ahead to it, but the ball comes loose to Lauren Bauer, who's on the field to start the second half, though not starting the first half for the Knights. Now outside to Anna Aquino. Aquino moving the ball along the midline. We'll play it now to Lauren Bauer. Bauer steps past Shannon, has room as she looks towards Kristen Clark. Up ahead, this is Katie Wendt. Gets it into the box, left-footed strike, and a great hit there. But wide right as Barreto could only sit there and watch that one go. Great pace to that ball. That's probably the best opportunity the Knights have had.
You're right, and pretty dangerous opportunity at that. I mean, that shot was just fired at the goal and, barely missed the tube there on the left. And, it really would have been quite a stretch for Barreto to save that one had it gone in just a little further. But so far, that's been their best opportunity at striking for a goal.
Kaylee Benning with that terrific hit for the Knights as Shannon weaves through the Knight defense there, taken away eventually by Mary O'Loughlin back on the field to start the second half. Ball on the field of Lauren Bauer right now, taken away by Shannon, and now Clark. Clark tries to move past Bauer, and now it's played back to Liebedor. Liebedor with Chelsea Fry coming on to pressure. Plays it across the back line to Brait, steps on the ball, reverses direction, now moves past the defender, and gets it to Kishkunis. Outside to Campbell, 39:40 to go in this one. Campbell plays on the ground to Karsten. Karsten shielding the defender back to Campbell, right foot ahead, trying to send Brittany Berg down the far sideline, and the wind really playing with that ball once it gets into the air.
You're right. I mean, with this sort of a game right now, like I said in the first half, you really got to play the ball low, keep it on the ground, because as soon as you pop that thing up into the air, it is not going to go anywhere. It's just going to sit there and frustrate you to no end.
So ball played in the box. Nodi will grab it. And here comes the free kick. Goes well over the midline onto the head of Kishkunis. Knocked high into the air. Coming back is Kristen Clark to win the header. And knocked back ahead. Now Kelly Anderson's going to send it towards the end line. Trying to get there is Aquino. She's not going to get there in time. That'll be out for a goal kick for Barreto. And it will most likely be taken by Amanda Brait. And it will. Brait, the strong-footed freshman, gets it out near the midline to Carson. Coming over is Orweiler to help, and now it's back to Carson. Carson has Orweiler to the middle. Berg to the outside, plays Orweiler, middle of the field. Has Kolpman to her right. Kolpman, one time with the right foot, didn't get anything on it. And Monica Nodi makes an easy save there for the Knights. As really an opportunity wasted there, as Kolpman had a great opportunity, just waited too long to get the hit on it.
Again, like we said, I mean, I feel like this Wheaton team is setting up the plays pretty nicely. I mean, when you come past the midfield, they're setting up nicely, passing the ball, and getting through. But then once they get to the box, it's like the ball has a mind of its own, and right there, they're just not finishing up the loose end. That's probably one of the more deliberate plays that I've seen so far in this game. And I'm sorry to say, but it's just a little wasted right there with that last shot.
As it was a great ball by Orweiler. Kolpman looked like she couldn't quite decide, was trying to look where to place the ball instead of just giving it a rip and forcing Nodi into action. As now Brait brings it forward from the back, gets it ahead to Clark across the midline, looking to send Orweiler on a run along the near sideline, racing against Mackenzie Moore. Orweiler looks to have the step, and she is shoved down. No foul called, and it'll be off of Orweiler for a Knight throw-in.
I feel like that ball was maybe passed a little too far up ahead over Orweiler, and so that's probably why she wasn't able to reach it in time.
Double team coming in the form of Kolpman there, as well as Carrie Shannon, and that'll be out for another Knight throw-in. Shielding the ball for the Knights was Mary O'Loughlin. Throw-in will come down the near sideline. Gets it off the head of Katie Wendt. Trying to get there is Kolpman, and is played all the way to the back of the defense for the Thunder and Amanda Brait. Brait works past one defender, gets it outside to Liebedor. Now Carrie Shannon along the near sideline. looking for Kopelman, and it's taken away by the shins of Mary McLaughlin. Ball loose at the midfield, still loose, and now the Knights are going to win it to Katie Wendt. Wendt working towards the attacking third, forces Liebedor into the defense, and now plays it outside. This is Kaylee Benning. And that is out for a Knight throw-in just past the Thunder bench. Taken by Benning, thrown into the top of the box. Working against a double team is Aquino, and Berg gets there to knock it outside. And now here's Kopelman, the Thunder 2-on-3 on the counterattack. Now coming back on the far side, the Knights have another defender trying to get it to Orweiler, can't get there in time, as that was Lindsey Boyk getting all the way back for the Knights. Steps on that one, Orweiler gets a foot to it. That'll be out off of the foot of Orweiler for a Knight throw-in. 25:40 to go here from Joe Bean Stadium. Is a Thunder throw-in now. The Thunder leading 2-0 following the penalty kick by Orweiler.
Again, as sort of expected, I mean, the Knights have been able to get the ball into the Wheaton side of the field a lot more often than they have been in the first half, and I guess a lot of that's due to this. You got the sun and the wind against them, and so it's definitely helped them out a little bit. And so the game's a little more even-keeled.
As it's a typical game of what we're used to seeing from the Thunder, where they're controlling possession and forcing shots and a lot of opportunities and really pressuring the line of defense. As coming on for the Thunder right now, number 20, Grace McKenzie. Coming on for the Knights will be number 9, Kelsey Kovacevic. However, in the past, we've seen the Thunder really be able to bury these open attempts. But you look at who they've had to bury. It's been Taryn Lee and Maria De La Torre that have been working those opportunities, really creating space. This is a Thunder team that's got to work a little bit better on finishing their opportunities, because they don't have Taryn Lee there to rely on to finish every rush for them.
You're right, indeed. I mean, when you have a player like that stepping off the team, I'm sure the coach is expecting a lot of his leaders, and in terms of creating the space, like you said, and managing the plays right there and finishing them off right there. And so far, I mean, they've had a couple of attempts that were finished off pretty nicely by Kopelman and Orweiler and such, but for the most part, I'm sure the coach and we'd like to see a little bit more, especially with this first game. That second goal was off of a PK, and instead of a play.
Well, you look at 2 of their 4 goals on the season, 2 of their 5 goals on the season, have come off of penalty kicks. So really, just three goals that they've actually earned, so to speak.
That's going to be very crucial coming into this weekend, and. So that'll be the trial by fire, you'd have to say.
Going to get a real road test against a very good team in Calvin. As that one's out of bounds off of McKenzie. Knight throwing going to be taken by Kovacevic. Down the sideline, off the chest of Lauren Bauer, and that'll be out for a Thunder throw.
33 minutes left in this second half, with a score of 2-0. With Wheaton in the lead.
Quick throw in, brought into Shane, a lot of bumping along the near sideline between her and Katie Wendt. As Wendt playing some physical defense, played ahead, looking for somebody is Chelsea Fry, nobody there, and Amanda Brate comes along to take it for the Thunder. Along the sideline, plays into the middle for Carrie Shannon. Shannon on the right foot ahead to Kopelman. Kopelman possesses, trying to get Brate, who's running along the near sideline, and now Kopelman with some space, looking to get it to Brate. It's headed away by Kovacevic, and Brate still at the top of the attack for the Thunder. Played all the way to the back. Campbell can't quite control it as the wind playing tricks with that one. And the ball rolling into the corner, finally brought in by Liebedor. Plays it to Barreto. And Barreto will put it on the ground for Brate. I believe we have a goal kick here. Goal kick is played short to Liebedor. Back outside the Berg, racing to get there in time along the far sideline, and does. And now she will turn and face her defender. Into the middle for Kishkunis. Kishkunis now plays Kristen Clark as the white jersey's moving forward. They've got Carrie Shannon now behind the defense. Shannon's got McKenzie in the middle. Plays it off the defender again. Shannon trying to get there. Ball still caught up. McKenzie trying to settle. Left foot is saved by Nodi. Whistle is blown. I believe we have an offsides call as McKenzie was looping behind the 2 defenders that were back for the Knights. So they will call an offsides against the freshman, Grace McKenzie.
Again, it was just one of those plays. Very nicely set up. I mean, it was only really a 2-on-3, I believe, and a very good through ball. But then again, just not finished very well, and they didn't catch that. They didn't catch that offsides right there. I mean, sometimes those are hard to watch, but for the most part, it just wasn't the best finish ever to that attack.
As McKenzie goes down and the Knights will take over again, no call there. Kerry Sheenan will control that pass, taking it away from the Knights, working back towards the middle of the box. Ball on her right foot, looking to get it to Orweiler, taken away there by McCauley, and finally cleared out by the Knights for a Thunder throw-in, as the Thunder, despite going into the wind, continue to pour on the attack. Jen Lee coming on, replacing Caitlin Liebador for the Thunder. As McKenzie down the side, looking for McKenzie is Campbell. That'll be out, and it'll be a Knight throw-in. As Jen Lee working against number 12 for the Knights, Kaylee Benning. Leaves it for Katie Went. Went still on the ball. Working towards, and a great slide tackle by Megan Campbell. Gets a piece of the ball, takes Went down as well. No foul called. As head coach Sarah Johnson calling for the foul for the Knights. It's out for a goal kick, and now checking on Annie Fangman. Fangman's going to bring Chelsea Fry off the field. Goal kick taken by Brait. Kopelman cannot win the header, so it's knocked forward for the Knights, and the ball loose now, controlled by Kopelman, rolling down the far sideline. Cleared up ahead, and it looks like they will let this one roll out of bounds and will for a throw-in. That one off the foot of Jess McCauley. Quick throw-in for the Thunder as they look to push the tempo a little bit. However, the Knights trying to take it away. Kristen Clark coming back to get a foot on that one. And now the Knights still on the ball. This is Megan Campbell, though, stopping the possession for the Thunder. Over the head of Bauer. Orweiler gets to it, headed down by McKenzie. Looking for options, plays it back to Kishkunis off the left foot, trying to get Kristen Clark moving forward. And getting there before her is Mackenzie Moore. Moore's clearance taken by Jen Lee, mishit. However, Shannon gets to it off the back of Lauren Bauer, trying to get there. McKenzie can't do so. And Jen Lee will get the header to keep it in to Kerry Shannon. Down the near sideline has McKenzie, headed into the air. McKenzie trying to win the 50-50 ball and has a collision there. Quickly up is Mackenzie Moore, and Moore is bleeding as she goes down, as they're trying to yell, as there's a foul called against the Thunder, as they're trying to yell for help, as now they have a large gash across the head of Mackenzie Moore. And we're going to have a play stoppage with 28:38 remaining.
Indeed, that was quite a fall. I mean, I don't know if I wanted to believe it, but I thought I heard something there, the clash between heads. And right now, this will give a break to both the players. Time is stopped at 28 minutes left to go in the second half. The score of 2-0 with Wheaton in the lead.
As it was a 50-50 ball between Grace McKenzie and Mackenzie Moore. And both went up at the same time. Moore looked like she tried to get up. Looked down at her hand, saw the blood on her hand, and went right back down, as she is helped off by the trainer for the Wartburg Knights, and you hope only the best for her, as we're going to have a sub on. We have yet to see who will come on for the Knights. And coming on for the Knights will be number 23, Taylor Verme. She will replace number 16, Mackenzie Moore.
Right, and the question is, I mean, will we be getting some overtime for that? I mean, it wasn't too much, but do you know if the refs will be able to...
No stoppage time, as we are able to stop the clock here. As the free kick going to be taken by the Knights following the foul that was called against the Thunder, and the ball comes loose to Kishkunis along the far side. Always a little different, or a little bit awkward to start play following an injury like that. However, as time goes on, the play settles back into a rhythm. As here's Orweiler, plays Kopelman, moving forward, now has Orweiler to her outside, plays a great through ball there to Orweiler. Orweiler, right foot in the box, has McKenzie, and McKenzie can't get enough of of a foot on it to divert it around the keeper, and Nodi, there to collect for the Knights. Quick throw out to the near side. Kaylee Benning. Jen Lee running on to help for the Thunder. Header won by Clark, who does a great job using her height to win those headers. Now Shannon controlling the ball. Trips a little bit there, taken away by the Knights, but again controlled by Jen Lee. Out of bounds Lee quickly there, and there's a foul going to be called against the Knights, as that was Kelsey Kovacevic playing through the back of Grace McKenzie. And moving forward to take this free kick will be Amanda Brate. Judging by the winds across the way from us, it looks like the wind has died down a little bit, however, still gusting every once in a while. Played ahead to Kishkunis. Outside to Berg. Berg using her speed to run onto this one. We'll stop this one, moving now along the end line into the box. Brittany Berg to the middle, trying to get there. Kolpman. It looked like she had a shot, might have been blocked. And played back to Brate. Brate will knock it off of one of the Knights, and that'll be out of bounds with exactly 27 minutes remaining on the clock.
Right, that was a good try for a play right there. A good look by Berg to Kopelman with the open shot there in the box. However, just did not go through.
That's Katie Wendt making a great run. Now the Knights have options. They work past Burnt. And a nice job getting back in defense by Campbell and Clark, as Brate was out of position, couldn't quite get to that one. And that was Annie Fangman, had options to either side, decided to keep the ball herself. And the Thunder are able to depossess and knock it out for a throw-in.
You're right. The Knights have indeed been able to open up their options a lot more in the offense right there. They've been striking a lot more and posing a little more of a problem for the Wheaton defense, and doing much better the second half.
Here come the Thunder, though, with Orweiler on the ball. Orweiler circles back, sends it to the outside, looking to get Berg running. However, Berg able to get there past the defensive Taylor Verme. Berg goes down just into the box, no foul called, and Verme's going to take possession for the Knights on the far sideline. We'll play it to the feet of Katie Wendt. Wendt plays negative across the middle of the field to Anna Aquino. Aquino will drop it off now to the near side for Kovacevic. Kovacevic right foot through and gets it off the head of Amanda Brate. Orweiler will get ahead to it, goes down, and that'll be a foul called against Anna Aquino for the Knights.
Indeed, if you look at the more key players on the Knights team so far, you've got Wendt making some. It's almost as if she's more of the playmaker when it comes to the offense, and using Anna Aquino as a runner. And the same with Kovacevic, although she's been playing more defense.
As here's Jen Lee moving past the defender into the offensive half of the field, and a miscommunication there between McKenzie and Clark. And the ball is turned over to the Knights, looking to play to the outside. Jen Lee, a great job getting a foot to that one, and she will slow the attack for Wartburg. Just under 25 minutes to go on this one. The Thunder lead the visiting Wartburg Knights out of the Iowa Athletic Conference 2-0 in this one. Both teams undefeated on the season, 2-0 for the Thunder, 1-0 for the Knights.
Again, if you missed it, that second goal was a penalty kick taken by Orweiler, as the first goal was also made in the first few minutes of the first half. It's not too long ago.
So ball played all the way back to Nodi. Kopelman giving chase. That one's headed into the air. Nodi's got to get back into the frame, and we're going to have an offsides call called against Kopelman, it looks like.
I guess she sort of forgot right there. I mean, it was just kind of like this golden opportunity. The ball's going straight up in the air, as kind of a mistake backfired by Nodi. She just sort of forgot she was there offsides. And
so the second offsides call against the Thunder here this afternoon. Free kick to be taken by the Knights, and it'll be taken by Jess McCauley. Plays it ahead to Lauren Bauer, and now to the outside. This is Lindsay Boyk. Boyk on the left foot, knocked down by Campbell. Back to the control is Orweiler, but however, it'll be taken away by Aquino for the Knights. Outside to Boyk. And a substitution coming on as the ball rolls out of bounds. It'll be number 17, Rachel Torrey, on for the Knights.
Replacing Kaylee Benning.
So Torrey back on the front of the formation for Wartburg.
And we haven't seen too many substitutions for the Wheaton side of the field so far in the second half.
I'm not sure we've seen any substitutions so
right.
far for the Thunder.
Yeah.
However, Coach Sarah Johnson, content to use her bench here, keep some fresh legs on the field for the Knights, is now working through a double team. Grace McKenzie, who's seen extended minutes here for the Thunder. I'm not sure we've seen her yet this season. We have not. So seeing her first action here in the second half, done a nice job for the Thunder. Orweiler goes down, and now we've got a foul called. And a yellow will be issued as an intentional tackle is deemed there against Lauren Bauer.
Right, looking at yellow cards, we have Lindsay Boyk, who came in with one caution towards this game. But so far, that's the only yellow we've seen so far in this game.
Looks as if they've been content to let them play so far.
And at the same time, though, I mean, it's been a semi-physical game on both sides. But they have indeed been content to let him just play.
Brait's kick headed by McKenzie to the outside. Berg gets a foot on it near the far post, and a brilliant goal by the Thunder. It looked like a bit of a set piece there. Brait gets a great goal kick, or the great free kick into the wind, headed to the outside by Grace McKenzie, and Brittany Berg gets just enough of a misdirection to send it inside the near post. 3-0 Thunder.
You're right, indeed. I mean, and as the sub comes in for the Thunder, number 14, Val Lilly. Yeah, you're right. I mean, it was a great setup, a great shot in, and a good use. I mean, with a shot like that, it's just improv. It's all improv. There's no setup. You can't really plan out your play. All you have to do is make a good shot and your offense basically has to improv and react accordingly. And Berg did so with a fantastic shot into the goal. Bringing the score up to 3-0, a very comfortable score to be at, a very comfortable lead to be at, although we do have 20 minutes left in the second half.
Goal number 1 on the year for Brittany Berg, assist to Grace McKenzie. No, they will give the assist to Kristen Clark, and a double assist on the play, so Amanda Brait and Kristen Clark get the assists. So a foul called there against the Knights. 22 minutes to play here. 3-0 our score. After the goal there by Brittany Berg. Berg comes right off the field following the goal, so she'll get a break replaced by Lily. Also on the field for Wartburg, Krista Peterson comes on. I believe she replaced Kelly Anderson. Ball loose at the bottom of the circle. Kristen Clark tries to play over the back line. Coltman couldn't quite win the header. And it is loose to the Knights, played now near side. This is Anna Aquino racing against Jen Lee. Lee will win the race, plays along the sideline to Carrie Shannon. Steps on the ball, works past the pair defender. She is tripped up, no foul called, but Coltman maintains possession. Tries to cross over there, but knocked off by the Knights. Up to Katie Wendt. Played to the back and now cleared all the way to the top. Along the far side, this is Taylor Verme. Now in the middle to Anna Fangman. Fangman looking for options, has Aquino, with Jen Lee pressing in the back, and they will be forced to play it back across the midline to the back line. And now back across the midline again, so having to go backwards to go forwards. However, the Thunder not giving them anything easy despite the 3-0 cushion, as now this is Verme along the far side. Looking to get it to Wendt. This is Lily getting a foot to it, crossing over now Kishkunis, as Kishkunis gets pushed in the back, stays on the ball, now taken away by Lindsay Boyk. Boyk back to Verme. Trying to see who's on the ball right now. This is Fangman. Fangman leaves it for Peterson, and it's taken away by the Thunder. Now Orweiler coming on the counter. Has McKenzie to her left. Stopped on the ball, and it'll be taken away by the Knights. However, Lily Lily will not get there in time, and the ball is loose to Katie Wendt. Great through ball now to Rachel Torrey. They've got a 2-on-2. Torrey crosses over past Brandt. Now Torrey's loose. Shot near post, and just to the right side. That's the second time we've seen a defensive breakdown for the Thunder in the back as Esther Tan comes on, and Megan Campbell will check out for the Thunder.
You're right. I mean, that right there was just this counter-attack conversation sort of thing. I mean, you see the Knights after this goal really picking up their momentum and pushing into the Wheaton defense and breaking them down a little bit more. And then you have that Orweiler counter-attack right there. And then that was probably their second greatest opportunity at a goal, and it was right off of a great through ball. Bringing it in for a shot on goal for the Knights.
Fourth shot of the game for the Knights, none of them on frame. As now the Thunder looking to counter. Counter broken up for the time being by the Knights. Clark missed hits. However, Grace McKenzie will get there for the Thunder, looking to play down the sideline for Lily. Taken away in the back there by Lindsey Boyk. Boyk looking to get Tori loose again. Shannon gets ahead to it. Shannon gets a foot to it now and will knock it ahead to Kishkunis. Kishkunis races past Peterson and into the midfield. Looking to get it to Kolpman. Kolpman knocked off the ball. Header won by the Knights. And now Orweiler on. Orweiler's header works ahead. Now back to Orweiler. And she will look to knock it to the backside, but nobody there, so the Knights will collect in the form of Kelsey Kovacevic. Kovacevic to the midfield now. Anna Wint as we go under 19 to play. Esther Tan gets a step to the ball in the back line. Down goes another Knight. And Amanda Bray gets a foot to the ball off of Rachel Torrey, so she knocks it off of Torrey for a goal kick. As we will have a sub on for the Thunder. A pair of subs coming on. Kieran Nordheis will get her first action of the year, and replacing McKenzie will be Megan Simons for the Thunder. Nordheis is on for the first time this season. And I believe with Nordheis being on, everyone has been on at some point during the season other than Lindsey Johnson, who I actually believe has been on now that I think about it.
Yeah, I believe she has been on. I think I've seen a number 9 running around. Can't remember exactly when, but...
According to the stat sheet we have, she has not seen the field, so Johnson will be the last member of the Thunder to see the field this season, other than the backup goalkeeper, Maddie Allen. As Kishkunis depossessed there, working forward now against the Knights. They've got Torrey running along the back line. Coming back in the fence quickly is Nordheis, covering ground fast as Kishkunis will stop the counterattack for the Knights. Played back to Krista Peterson. She looks down along the far sideline for Taylor Verme. Out of bounds, quick throw in comes to the head of Peterson. Back ahead to Anna Wint. Wint working past Orweiler. Trying to lose Orweiler. Orweiler gets a foot on the ball, knocks it loose now, and it's ahead to Jen Lee. Lee knocks it ahead, now Val Lilly. Thunder looking to counter. Gets it to Megan Simons. Simons plays Kolpman in the middle of the field. Can't quite slide it past the last defender, and Kolpman forced to retreat a little bit. Plays to Clark now off the outside of her foot, near side. I'm not sure Tan's going to be able to get there in time. She will not, and that'll be a throw-in for the Knights near side, under 17 to play. And we have a play stoppage as Jen Lee down momentarily for the Thunder on the far side.
I mean, it looks like a leg injury, and they're going to have to bring in a substitution to replace Jen Lee.
So it looks like Shelby Anthony will come on replacing Lee. Not exactly sure what happened, but Lee is walking off under her own power. However, obviously in a lot of pain. Also checking in for the Thunder, Hillary Quinn, replacing Caitlin Kishkunis. And for the Knights, it'll be number 24, Chelsea Fry. Fry will replace number 14, Annie Fangman.
Chelsea Fry.
And you're right. I mean, with this sort of a lead, this cushion that gives the Thunder a good chance to kind of rotate everybody, bring in everybody on the field, giving everybody some experience. And not sure exactly what that'll do with shaping the team for the upcoming games, but it definitely gives some great play time for many of the players on this team that have not gotten time in these 3 games this season.
Header there by Chelsea Fry, save made by Barreto, so the Knights able to put something on goal as there's a foul by Esther Tan as Katie went down. 5 shots for the Knights, 1 on frame, 25 shots for the Thunder, 8 on frame. However, they've got a good setup for a free kick here. It's going to be taken by number 20, Lauren Bauer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Knights to the top of the box on the far side as Bauer swings the right leg through, headed for the far post. And that is Hillary Quinn getting ahead to it, knocking it back. Bauer's going to have a right-footed go. Back into the box. Kristen Clark knocks it down. Still loose. As this is a right-footed hit off the crossbar, off the foot of Aquino to the outside, trying to get there in time is Vermi, and that'll be out for a goal hit. That's a great strike by Aquino, and the Thunder catch a break as that goes hard off the woodwork.
Again, that was probably, so far this game, the best opportunity the Knights have had. I mean, it was a great send into the middle of the box, and then a great response with an amazing kick, just off the crossbar. And a near goal for the Knights.
So Maddie Allen comes on. She will replace Hillary Barretto, so Coach Pete Felsky will get his backup keeper into the game. Maddie Allen, a 5'8 freshman from Grays Lake, Illinois, and Carmel Catholic High School. As this is played out of bounds off of the Thunder with just under 15 minutes to go now. Throw-in comes to Katie Wendt. Defended by Kristen Clark. Down goes Clark, down goes Wendt, and the foul is called against Clark. So another good free kick possibility for the Knights, and they will bring players forward now to the near side at the top of the box. Again, it'll be Lauren Bauer to take the kick. Swings the leg through. It's high into the box, and Allen comes off her line, misses the catch initially, but will bring it down on the second try. So Allen tested for the first time this season and comes through. Her free kick taken at the bottom of the circle. Orweiler missed on the initial kick. Controlled by the Knights, now knocked ahead. Kolpenman's going to settle with the ball, rushing towards the attacking third. Works through one defender, has Lily working on the outside. Now Kolpenman moving towards the middle of the field and the top of the box, taken away by the Knights momentarily. Clark can't quite get a foot on it, and it's possessed by Chelsea Fry for Wartburg. Chipped ahead. Fry trying to win a header against Shelby Anthony. That was Taylor Vermi, and Vermi will win the ball for the Knights. Looking back to get it to Fry. And this is Peterson. Peterson plays near side to Rachel Torrey. Esther Tan also on to try to get that header. And Torrey down briefly, but she is right back up. This will be a free kick for the Knights, about 23 yards out. Going to be taken by Katie Wendt. They'll send 5 over to the far side. They have Rachel Torrey on the near side. Tan Simons, and that is right off the head of Esther Tan in the wall. Just couldn't quite clear the wall on the left side. Torrey working towards the end line. This will be a corner kick for the Knights as they get their first corner attempt of the game with 13 minutes to go. A 3-0 lead for the Thunder. And into the corner, Rachel Torrey to take the kick. Finds Anna Aquino. Aquino looking to find some space. Back to Torrey. Chipped back into the box, and Allen comes to the post and watches that ball clear out of bounds.
Entering for the Thunder, number 7, Laura Karsten.
And we got a substitution coming in, number 7, Laura Karsten, coming in to replace Allie Kopelman, who has played the entire game up as the center striker for the Thunder, providing many of the plays and finishing many of those passes and through balls.
As there is a runner off the foot of Katie Wendt, collected calmly by Maddie Allen. As Allen will let her team get back downfield. And her right-footed kick is controlled by Orweiler. Now Clark with the right foot, sending it ahead, trying to get it to Megan Simons, and does. Now outside Val Lilly. Lilly has Orweiler running ahead along with Karsten. The ball is played behind Karsten. However, Simons trying to run onto it, can't get there in time. This is Nordheis helping Simons on the near side. And Simons, we'll get to that one. Now Karen Nordheis, plays to the feet of Laura Karsten. Karsten has Simons to her left, Nordheis to her right. Now spinning, gets it to Orweiler. Has Lily outside, will play Lily, top of the box, right side. Trying to get it back to Orweiler. Simons will try to send her on. Nice setup there by the Thunder, just couldn't quite get the right touch to send Orweiler into the box free.
Indeed, that was a pretty nice setup. I mean, some great passes here and there. And again, those finishing touches that always conclude with a great shot. It just wasn't there, but indeed it was a great setup, and that is exactly what the Thunder needs for more goals, are some nice setups and great plays.
Pair subs, or sub for each team. Kishkunis comes on for Orweiler. Emily Layton comes on for the Knights.
This will be the first time that Wartburg's not playing at all this game, and she will get a break.
So the ball right now lodged in the netting, or I guess that was an extra ball lodged in the netting. The Knights throw-in comes down the near side. Went on the ball in the corner, gets it into the box, and the flag went up by the linesman as that ball crossed the goal or the end line. Goal kick for the Thunder, 10:15 to go in this one. Brait swings the foot through, gets it head to Simons. Looking for Kishkunis. That's Kristen Clark now in the middle, chasing the ball back and forth as Quinn knocks that one out of bounds on the near side. Clark right now as a sub, 2 subs coming in. Number 16, Aaron Strom for the Thunder replaces Kristen Clark, and number 3, Holly Huser, on for number 4, Krista Peterson.
16, Aaron Strom.
So as Clark goes out, that leaves Laura Karsten to be the only upperclassman on the field right now for the Thunder. Kishkunis is a junior. Our thanks to statistician Sean Pohl for all of his good work throughout today's game. As now this is out for a corner kick for the Knights, counting down on 9 minutes to go. And into the corner to take the kick will be number 20, Lauren Bauer.
Indeed, I mean, where would we be without our statistics?
As Brait whiffs on the clearance, and right now here come the Thunder with an opportunity for a counterattack. Karstens leads the charge. She's got help on the outside and the inside. Running back, trying to get in front of her is Taylor Verme. The run slows for Karsten now as Knights back in defense, plays to the outside to Nordheis. Nordheis trying to get it to Simons, getting a step to it as the Knight back line, and taken up ahead to Katie Wendt.
Again, I mean, that was a huge amount of momentum right there. It just sort of stopped dead with that pass and had all potential for a 4th goal.
As the Knights trying to track it down before it gets to the inline, this is Wendt on the near side. Excuse me, that's Aquino on the near side, cleared out by Anthony. And now we've got a ball out of bounds. It will be a goal kick for the Thunder. Getting ready to check in for the Knights will be number 12, Kaylee Benning, as we are under 8 to play here from Joe Bean Stadium. 3-0 our score, as it was a goal in the first minute and 8 seconds by Laura Karsten that started the scoring. A penalty kick by Orweiler here in the second half, and a goal by Brittany Berg has put the icing on the cake so far for the Thunder, as they look like they are primed to advance to 3-0 on the season. As Kishkunis plays ahead to Karsten. Karsten trying to outwork the back line of the Knights, gets to it momentarily, but can't quite take it away from Jess McCauley, who's been a stalwart in the back for the Knights. Ball comes to the feet of Kishkunis, outside to Esther Tan. Tan right foot into the box, and Monica Nodi will collect with ease, as nobody running onto that ball for the Thunder.
Again, with plays like those, I mean, it's best just to keep it down on the ground. I mean, the wind's kind of it's abated in the past, 20 minutes or so. But then again, those plays, especially up front, are most effective when they're played on the ground, unless it's more like a kick or a corner.
As here's Lily trying to get it ahead to Kishkunis, not there. Karsten will control the ball. And taken away by the Knights. However, Brait is there for the Thunder. Plays outside to Aaron Strom. Strom can't get there in time. Flag goes up, out of bounds. And now we see number 9, Lindsey Johnson. Johnson will replace Laura Karsten.
And for the Thunder, number 9, Lindsey Johnson.
So we have seen everybody on the roster today except for number 11, Katie Foltz.
In this one game, everybody's played. Is that correct?
Except for Katie Foltz, correct. 6 minutes to play here from Joe Bean Stadium as another throw-in coming for the Knights in front of the Thunder bench. Knocked down by Rachel Torrey. Looked like she got away with the handball. Lauren Bauer will collect for the Knights. Left-footed, trying to send it into the box. Off the head of Esther Tan. This might be another Knight corner, and it will. Substitution coming in.
Entering for the Knights.
It will be number 27, Cassie Ricci, coming in for the Knights.
Cassie Ricky.
Freshman from Iowa City High in Iowa City. She will replace Chelsea Fry. Short corner taken by the Knights. Kishkunis there to defend. As now they'll send it in towards the top of the box, and Val Lilly gets a strong header out. Now Lily's looking to run on the ball. She's got Anthony in support if she can get there. Excuse me, that was Lindsey Johnson was looking to run with nobody behind her if Val Lilly could have got there. 5 minutes to go as Kishkunis' throw-in comes to the feet of Johnson. Back to Kishkunis, played along the far sideline. As Lilly trying to get there for the Thunder, heads it towards Megan Simons. Ball knocked loose into the box. And Nodi will collect in the back for the Knights. Free kick from Nodi brought down by Hillary Quinn. Ball loose, taken away from Anthony, and now knocked outside to Karen Nordheis. Nordheis has Strom overrunning. Anthony trying to play Strom. And it will be, keeping it in for the time being before kicking it out was Emily Layton, as Strom looked to win that ball. Gets the second ball off the field. Now we will continue play. Aaron Strom's throwing, looking for Megan Simons, intercepted by Anna Aquino. Aquino guarding from Simons. Kishkunis comes over to help off the feet of Megan Simons. It'll be a Knight throw-in, under 4 to play. Aquino knocks it ahead, cleared by Esther Tan. Kishkunis still everywhere on the field for the Thunder. And she's going to knock his head, try to get Lindsey Johnson loose, and Johnson can't get there in time.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about that omnipresence on the field. I mean, that's kind of like what the midfielder's supposed to do, is to have that sort of, provide that sort of a play. We're having a substitution right here, number 25 for the Thunder, Danny DeLeon.
Will replace Caitlin Kishkunis with another strong effort for Kishkunis. So now we officially have no upperclassmen on the field. As Johnson trying to win that ball along the far side, 3:20 to go. As the Thunder have all but wrapped up their third victory of the year. And the first victory ever against the Wartburg Knights. Ball one now in the middle by Anna Aquino, taken away by Shelby Anthony. Taken back by the Knights, trying to play Tori along the outside. Ball knocked off of Anthony. And trying to keep it in Nordheis. Sub for the Knights will be number 10, Marcela Correa.
Number 10, Marcela Correa.
And I'll have to ask Noah to assess my pronunciation of that
Actually,
one.
No, you did pretty good with that one, so you're the, yeah.
Marcela Correa from Manizales, Colombia.
Manizales, Correa. It's not bad, though, not bad. Your foreign exchange student did you well.
I will default to Noah for the proper pronunciations. As now the Knights take the short corner, brought in number 20. That is Lauren Bauer. Trying to save it along the inline is Kaylee Benning. And knocked out of bounds by Benning. 2:10 remaining in this one. The Knights will fall to 1-1. The Thunder ahead to 3-0 as they move towards a much anticipated matchup in that triangular up in Michigan this weekend, as they will face off against Hope and Calvin.
I mean, those two games will indeed be the clincher for the Thunder. Very formative games in their season. And definitely Coach Felske's looking to these two games as he's looking. I'm sure he's looking forward to them.
As we look ahead for the rest of the schedule, the Thunder are now on the road for 5 straight games, as they will head east twice, and we'll head east. Actually, we'll head east. Yeah, take 2 trips to the eastern time zone, and then we'll head west for 1 in the middle. As I collected in the back there, by Maddie Allen. Allen's goal kick will come to the Knights as we count down on 1 minute remaining. As obviously the big two this weekend, as they will head to Michigan to face Hope and Calvin College. Then they will return home for a couple days, and then on Tuesday the 14th, a week from today, they will head west to Dubuque to play Loras College, as Loras is a very solid team. Them and the Thunder have had several close matches in the past. And then it's a trip east again. They will play at William Smith and at the University of Rochester in a New York swing. So Anthony trying to possess along the far sideline. Aquino still hustling over there for the Knights, which head coach Sarah Johnson will be pleased to see, as the final 20 seconds will run off the clock. This is Simons controlling for the Thunder, taken away right now by number 12, Kaylee Benning.
6, 5, 4, 3.
As the final seconds will run off the clock here at Joe Bean Stadium, and a convincing 3-0 victory for the Thunder. They will improve to 3-0 on the season, another clean sheet in the books. For Hillary Barreto.
You're right. I mean, it does help their statistics out in terms of, shots on goal. I mean, they got 25 shots and 8 of those on goal. And those are some pretty good statistics to carry under your belt as you continue on into this season. And definitely, helps out giving them the win and helping their overall out. But I think the biggest thing that hopefully they can take away from this game is learning from their mistakes. I mean, this sort of cushion gives them the space, the time to look at the sort of skills and plays and techniques they need to continue working on, especially as they continue on through this season and this weekend coming up. And so we'll have to see what Coach Felsky says with our end of the game interview.
We will wait for head coach Pete Felsky for that interview. A reminder that the Thunder will be in action on Saturday at 5 p.m. Central Time, 6 Eastern, as they travel to Michigan to face Hope. And then they will play Saturday night at 5 Eastern, 4 Central. And I believe that would be 1 o'clock Hawaiian.
Yeah, you're right.
1 o'clock Hawaiian, as they will be at Calvin College. Their next home game will be the 25th of September, as they will return home to face the team that eliminated them from the postseason last year in Wash U. That will be a much anticipated game, and as the announcements have just said, that will be Chick-fil-A Youth Soccer Night, as any of the young girls from a youth soccer league can show up for a discounted admission and will win a free sandwich from the soon-to-be open Chick-fil-A on Butterfield.
And you won't have to dress up like a cow to get your sandwich, although those are always fun.
As we will await Coach Felsky, as he has a little bit of a moment to share with his former player and head coach of the Wartburg Knights, Sarah Johnson.
You can tell right there that they definitely knew each other from the past and how he coached over her, I believe, right?
Johnson, the 2003 CCIW Player of the Year. For head coach Pete Felsky, he looks like he trots over to join us for a post-game interview. And we are joined now by the once again victorious head coach of the Thunder, Pete Felsky. Coach, a little bit of a different win than what you've had the last two, but nonetheless another win in the win column.
Yeah, I thought we played better today. I think we're starting to find ourselves a bit, starting to do some things that we were comfortable doing. We've been working on practice. Just playing more confident soccer and playing a little bit more relaxed. So it looked a lot better today than the first few games, and hopefully we can get better from here on out as well.
Coach, you outshoot them 25-9 on the day, but only 8 of those shots on frame. You mentioned last time that you wanted to work on finishing your shots a little bit better. Do you consider that an improvement over what you had against the University of Dubuque?
I guess it's a little bit of an improvement as far as goals scored. I told the team before the game starts, I'm not so concerned that we get shots. We just need quality shots. And one of the nice things about the first goal is it happened real early. Anytime you can do that, you get a heads up on everybody. So that was nice to see. We need to do better on finishing, getting on the other end of balls on corner kicks. Thought we had 4 or 5 opportunities today to do that and let it slip out of our hands.
Kind of a large factor in your last couple of games have been the wind, as it's been really gusty here today. Is there a way that you prepare your team for a windy day like today, or is it just something that you have to go out on the field and kind of play it by ear?
Yeah, it's been kind of weird. This year we've had 2 games I thought have been affected by the wind, and usually that's not the case here on our home field. We practice in it, we're used to it, but for some reason this year's a little different. We need to play smarter against the wind, and I thought we did that. I thought the second half we came out real sharp, considering the wind was going against us. So we'll do all right if we can just play smart, good soccer, and continue to fight hard.
Coach, talk a little bit about, we saw you share one with a former player of yours, coaching against somebody who used to be in your system, who knows the school well, and Sarah Johnson.
Yeah, what a great kid. She's going to do a great job. She loves the girls. She's there to serve them. And when you get into coaching, sometimes you worry about the wins. We all play to win the game. Here at Wheaton, we try not to play for the win. And I think Sarah's going to take that on into her job at Wartburg or wherever she ends up. She's doing a fantastic job. The girls like her. It's always fun to play against former players because they want to come in here and steal one from you. We've been lucky so far. I don't think I've only had 2 or 3 wins against former players, but it's always a good fun game.
So, Coach, you move on. You're not back at home for another over 2 weeks now, and you got a big set of games in Michigan this week against Hope and Calvin. How do you prepare your team for those 2 teams?
Yeah, I was just talking to Bucky on the sidelines during the last couple minutes of play there. We've got a lot to do before heading up to Michigan this weekend against Hope and Calvin. It's tougher on the road, and we need to get sharper. We need to stay a little bit more focused this week, and we'll try and do that starting tomorrow afternoon.
Well, Coach, congratulations and good luck this weekend.
Thank you very much.
So we run down the final statistics of this one. 25 shots, 8 of them on frame. Goals scored by Orweiler, Berg, and Karsten. Assists to Berg, Brait, and Kristen Clark. 1 save made by Barreto, 2 made by Maddie Allen. And maybe the most important, the whole roster sees the field today.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, there was not a single player who did not get a chance on the field, and it's been great. I mean, for the whole team, and it'll definitely help them out coming into the games this weekend.
So we'll be back with the next edition of Wheaton College Women's Soccer on Friday night. Once again, 6 Eastern, 5 o'clock Central Time, the kickoff for that one, as that will be up at Hope. We'll also have the men's team at home hosting Hope and Calvin on Friday and Saturday night, so come out to Joe Bean for that one. And also Saturday, we finally get the kickoff of the 2010 Wheaton College football team. They'll be on the road also in Michigan. They'll be at Albion College for a noon kickoff, and I need to check. I'm not sure if that's noon Eastern or noon Central. Stay tuned for WTN for official. That'll be 11 Central, noon Eastern. Noon Central, 1 Eastern, I'm informed. So that will be a noon Central kickoff, 1 o'clock, where we will be at in Michigan. So for Noah Helm, I'm Rusty Lindsay and Brian Rowe in the studio. This has been a production of WETN Sports here on WETN, your voice for Wheaton College Athletics.